is up, guys? Welcome back to Life on the Wrist. Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. So MB&F has been known for making some crazy pieces, but I think the HM6 is the epitome of creating something that you probably won't see for a very long time in any come out of any watch manufacturers. This is a very, very unique piece, something that only Max in his imagination could probably dream up. Obviously, he's taking his inspiration probably from his from his childhood for most of these pieces, but it's definitely something that you're not going to see every single day. And I'll tell you, the craftsmanship that went into this watch is bar none. So today we're going to be discussing the HM6, the horological machine number 6 from MB&F. If you don't know, MB&F is probably my favorite watch company of all time. I think it's my favorite independent watch company as well, just because of the sheer creativity that goes into each one of their pieces and creating something unique that you're not going to see on someone's wrist every single day. So the HM6 is going to be the topic for today. But before we get into that, and I say it every video, be sure to smash that like button for us. It really does help us out. Also, if you're new to the channel, check out some of our other videos. We create videos about just about any topic when it comes to watches, so check those out. So the horological machine number 6 is part of their horological machine line. If you don't know, MB&F has two major lines. They have their legacy machines, which is watchmaking that's inspired by 18th century watchmaking, and then there's horological machines, which are kind of futuristic watch designs with very traditional watch movements and watch making traditions folded into that. So this is part of the horological machine line. The HM6 was released in 2014, I think it was late 2014, and the inspiration that Max took for this watch was actually from a Japanese anime series from the 70s and 80s, which was during Max's childhood, called Capitaine Flam, which is Captain Future in English. And so he remembers watching this show and seeing the spaceship that Captain Future used to use, and the spaceship was actually called Comet. And the design of the spaceship had two spheres that were connected by this tube, and you can clearly see those design elements kind of come through on the HM6. So kind of two spheres with a connective connection between them. And basically what this watch ended up doing was taking two of those spaceships and putting them together. So you have four spheres and this kind of center, I don't want to say disc, but center plate. And this is kind of an interesting watch, because this is probably one of the first times that there was a little bit of a softer edge to the sides of the case. It was a little bit more softer curves, cooler curves. So it's a very distinct design, and not something that these four spheres, you don't see this in any other type of watch. So the design, like I said, was four spheres connected by this kind of center plate. And if you look at the watch, the two spheres that are at the front of the watch display the hours and minutes, the hours on the left, the minutes on the right. And then if you look at the spheres in the back, it almost looks like there's these turbines that spin, and those are actually the regulating portion of the movement. And obviously, if you look at the middle of that plate, you see this beautiful domed crystal, which is almost like the cockpit of the spaceship, and you can see a beautiful tourbillon spinning, keeping time. What's really cool about this tourbillon is that there's actually a retractable shield that you can close and open the shield with. All you do is use one of the crowns on the sides of the watch, and you're able to open and close this dome that displays this beautiful tourbillon that this watch has. Obviously, if you turn it over, you can see parts of the movement and the iconic battle axe rotor, which is kind of iconic and is in just about every MB&F piece. There are various versions of this watch that came in different case metals. So the first one was the HM6 tie. This came in titanium. This was actually aerospace grade titanium, and it was essentially two pieces of this titanium that were put together and created the case. So it was the first one, the HM6 tie. The second one was HM6 RT. This one came in red, gold, and titanium. The third variation of this is the HM6 SV, which comes in sapphire crystal plates, and then there's also red. You can either comes with sapphire crystal plates, as well as red gold or platinum portions of it. Then there's the HM6 Alienation, which comes with this case is in sapphire and white gold, and then the last one, which is the HM6 FE, which stands for Final Edition. This piece comes in stainless steel. So there are a lot of variations of this. I don't think a lot of these were actually made. I think I might be quoting this incorrectly, but I believe from all these variations there were only about 100 of these made. So it's a relatively rare, I guess you can say, reference from MB&F. As you can imagine, this is actually a very large piece. It's 50 millimeters in diameter, so it's going to be sitting on your wrist, but I think this kind of gets to the fact that these are not watches. They're not supposed to fit really, really well. I mean, if you look at my wrist, it probably look ridiculously large, but I don't think that's the point. One of the main slogans of MB&F is the fact that they're not creating watches, they're creating horological pieces of art that keep time, and I think this is a perfect testament to that. This is a very futuristic looking design, but you're actually wearing a piece of art. It's not so much about telling time. It does that and to a very, very high degree, which kind of moves me into the movement. The movement was developed by MB&F, but in the name MB&F, if you aren't familiar with this, MB&F stands for Max Büsser and Friends, and the Friends portion is the watchmakers and people that he's been able to work with in order to create these amazing watches. And the individual who helped him develop this 3D movement, which is an extremely hard feat to make, was David Kando. He was able to work with Max and kind of bring his vision to life. I'll put up a picture of the movement because it's actually insane to see how this is actually put together. If you look at the way that the hours and minutes domes actually are integrated with the movement, it's actually extremely difficult to get the time to be told in the three-dimensional view. This movement has a 72-hour power reserve, so enough for definitely for you to get by. And this is just another testament to the fact that you can make crazy watches and people are still going to love it. I know there are not a lot of these HM6s that are available on the second-hand market or on MB&F's pre-owned watch section, which they have on their website, which they released, I believe, this past year. So this is an extremely desired piece of limited quantities, but I love the fact that it came from something of Max's childhood, which is why I think Life on the Wrist and MB&F, for some reason, we see eye to eye in this. I think the stories behind the watches are what makes them important. That's kind of what we believe at Life on the Wrist, and MB&F really takes those stories and brings watches to life from the stories of someone's childhood. Again, Max knocked it out of the park. I probably am biased just because I love just about every piece that's ever come out of MB&F. I know that this was a difficult piece to make. It took a lot of time to come up with the design and execute on the design, especially because it's such an intricate piece to make. So another beautiful piece from MB&F. We've created videos about all the horological machines up until 6. If you haven't seen those videos, be sure to check them out. There are some very unique looking watch designs. We have a playlist that we've made of all our MB&F videos, so be sure to check that out if you're looking for other MB&F videos. Also, a couple weeks ago, I want to kind of give a reminder. A couple weeks ago, we released a video that went over an auction that Time and Tide put on to auction off watches that ended up selling, and whatever money was made from that, 100% of the money that was made from each of the sales of the watches were going to go and help fight the bushfires in Australia. Australia has received some rain in the last week, so a lot of the bushfires that's kind of been aided, but still I'm looking to donate every single dollar that I make from that video. So if you see it in your suggested videos, or you want to be part of this kind of movement that I want to put on, be sure to check out that video, because every dollar I make from that video will end up going to those bushfires and prevention of bushfires in Australia in the future. So be sure to check out that video. Also, I said in the beginning of the video, and if you've made it this far and you haven't already, be sure to smash that like button for us. It really does help us out. It helps kind of push our videos to those who like watches. So be sure to do that. Also, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. It's right by the like button, so it's pretty close, not too much more effort. So thank you for subscribing. And with that said, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time.